Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Sovereign Goat Man, unedited, uncut, and straight from the heart. These are my goats, and this is a trampoline. So, in tonight's episode, parents, if you have young kids and you want to prepare them to be outstanding athletes in the future, sorry about the butthole, this is for you. First, let me talk about the components of fitness. There's power, there's muscular endurance, there's muscular strength, there's balance, there's agility, there's flexibility, and there's endurance. When they say strength is king, there's a lot of truth to that. When you increase your strength, the other components of fitness will also go up, with the exception of one, and I forget which one that was, but it doesn't matter because in this episode, I'm going to talk about one component of fitness, which is balance. Now, I know this philosopher, his name is Confused Shoes. He once told me that without balance, there's only imbalance. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video with a trampoline here. So let me begin. I know it's unedited, uncut, and straight from the heart. Let me begin by saying that when I first started coaching weightlifting, I had several coaches, and my second coach, I was lucky enough to have been coached by a Chinese weightlifter. He told me that in China, and I also believe that in Russia, young athletes, they all start out as gymnasts because not only do they learn how to be flexible, they also learn how to be balanced, how to have that balance. And I'm bringing up the topic of trampoline because this piece of apparatus here, it's not just for kids to have fun on. It's also going to teach your young kids how to develop that balance. When you have balance, you also have what's called proprioceptive, which is basically knowing where you are in space. A lot of sports, not only do they require balance or explosive strength because they're all ground-based, but they also require the athlete to know where they are in space. So if they're jumping, they have to know where they are in space. If they're tumbling as gymnasts, they have to know where they are in space. If they're weightlifting, they have to know where they are in space. If they know where they are in space, they can then react to the skill set that they need in order to perform that sport. Does that make sense? So I'm going to use my son Andrew as an example. When Andrew was 2, I actually had them use in my neighbor's dog. How sweet is this? What a treat. Say hi to DOG. Come here, buddy. Hi, DOG. Hi, buddy. So when Andrew was 2, I had him go on the trampoline a lot because I knew that it would benefit him as an athlete. So he would run around this trampoline like a maniac. And I cannot remember a time when Andrew tripped, to be honest with you. He's always been athletic because he was very balanced. He knew where he was in space. So eventually, when I taught him, and this is another true story, when I taught him how to ride a bike, guess how long it took him how to ride a bike, a 2-wheel bike? Literally 5 minutes, because he knew where he was in space. He knew how to balance himself. So within 5 minutes, he was like, boom, he was riding on his own. When I was growing up in the Philippines, it took me days to learn how to ride a bike. And then eventually, obviously, as most of you know, Andrew became a competitive weightlifter, and he's doing really well. He's done well as a weightlifter. So for you young parents out there, if you want your kids to grow up to be pretty athletic, I mean, you don't have to send them to gymnastics school. That's okay. The best you can do for them is get them one of these. And with that, hopefully you learned something from me tonight. With that, the Sovereign Goat Man is out.
Beautiful. Right in the sweet spot. Stay tight, tight, tight. Nice job. Down. Excellent.